Today, hope we're live. Okay guys, welcome back to Roberts & Co. Welcome back to another live jewellery making session. Very early in the day today, it's a Saturday. Coffee, the reason we're early is I need to upload quite a long video which will take all day and all night, and it messes if I'm uploading and trying to live stream. What I've discovered is neither work. So we're going to get this today's live stream done early today. Let's put on the YouTube copyright free music. And by tomorrow's live at 5, hopefully it's actually a podcast episode. Anyway, today we are making a 9-carat yellow gold halo band ring. Size Q, I need a couple of those, 60mm according to my little sheet there we need. About 60-ish mil. This is, we made this in a live stream. We poured the ingot, so we melted 9-carat gold, poured it into an ingot on a live stream, peened it, rolled it out to probably about 1.5 mil, maybe slightly over. Then switched to draw plates on our draw bench, and using draw plates, pulled it down to what we have here, which is 1 mil. And now we're going to need to take this 1 mil wire and cut a couple of 60mm lengths off and turn it into 2 size Q 1 mil halo band rings. Then size it, polish it, done. There's a lot of background noise other than the YouTube copyright free music. We've got the ultrasonic warming up in here, which you'll hear. Some scaffolding going up outside. Sirens. South London's not. The sirens are constant. There's a constant background noise. Actually, they do turn them off. I don't think you notice at about 7 AM, they must have instructions that before 7 AM, calm down on the sirens. It's almost like an alarm call. Either that or that's when everyone gets up and starts doing crazy things. Bringing up the dead, basically. Yeah, the 7 AM ones are probably not the my alarm call there, the bring out the dead bell. From the night before. The pubs are probably open by now, but it's a bit early for that to kick off just yet. Couple of hours. Right, let's give you a little close up of the blanks. 2 60mm lengths, which should make probably slightly over a Q, and then we'll reduce it down using ring sizes. Just round those off. Triplet and a rawhide mallet. We're still in the process of making the 1 mil silver rings, but things pop up. Right, flat half round pliers, we'll round these off, line up the joints. Got some solder somewhere. I've got some solder. Oh, no, I don't know if I do. Is that the gold solder? That looks like gold solder. Yeah. There's a lot of solder on here that's about to go flying. Right, let's line these up. Boom. Right, next one. Right. Flux, I'm actually using flux. I wouldn't say it's designed for, but it's certainly marketed and sold for silver. Argotech is the brand, and I mix it with mess. But it's, I mean, it is a branded product, but it's basically, you know, a white powder. I think it's a mix of boric and borax. If I had to guess, some sort of you know, blend, but it helps. It is really good at helping prevent fire stain. I need to cut something first of all. It's not everyone's cup of tea, however. On silver, it makes a really nice thick flux. Like, you can change the thickness of it by adding more or less meths, or if you're in the US of A, denatured alcohol. So you can change the consistency by, you know, changing the ratio of liquid to powder. But the reason I like it is because if you mix, even if you're just using borax powder, for a start, I've got a borax cone and tray, the traditional way under the desk, has its uses. But it's just a bit of a pain keep mixing up flux. They're messy as well. That's what that stain on the bench is from, having a borax, because they kind of, I wouldn't go, I would go so far as to say when they're new, they leak. They're sort of porous. They do end up with not wet but damp base. I need to put them on a coaster really. But it's just a pain keep mixing them up. And also when you heat the borax water mix, the water obviously boils and it lifts the flux off the surface, whereas because this is spirit based, it burns off, and rather than bubbling and boiling off, it tends to go the other way. It fires it on. You get a really good layer of flux. However, the drawback is it sticks to everything. There's lumps and bumps of flux. It sticks to everything. Rather than like borax bubbles off everything, this stuff sticks to everything. The tools end up covered in it, constantly having to file with the tweezers. It takes ages to pickle it off. So all the people that moan about it are right. But it does a great job. It's a great flux, but it's a messy flux basically, compared to thinner like gold fluxes. If you're just doing high carat gold, unnecessary. If you're doing a lot of silver, fire stains are pain. Right, let's leave those for a moment. What am I going to do? What am I going to do? Just round off these. I don't know what size. I think these were the E's. Are these E's? $54. What size were they? L's. They were the L's. Let's round off some of these while I'm just waiting for the flux to come off those. Won't take long. I cut these in a previous live stream. So yeah, once this live stream is over, I need to upload a new episode of our Robertson Co podcast. It's recorded, it's done, it's just rendering as we speak. It'll be done by the time this podcast's over. But because although it's technically a podcast and audio, there's a visual element to it. In 4K, they're quite large files, and our internet here is pretty much a one-way street. Downloads are fine, uploads not so much. Which for most people you wouldn't notice unless you're uploading video, and I don't think a lot of people are. And I'm not I'm not talking about the odd 1 minute TikTok. I'm talking about 10-minute plus 4K videos. It's noticeable, but who is? Most people are downloading stuff all day, consuming rather than producing. So as far as one-way street goes, they've got the street, at least they've got it the right way for the majority of people. Right, let's clean one of these off. Size it, I'll leave the other one cleaning while we do this one. Using a really fine escapement file with a barrette shape. This was probably a cut 6. It's ancient, so right now I don't know what it would be. Thinner, finer. Got a buff stick here of sorts. I'm going to make a video about these. Aluminium oxide we use. More emery. Emery's the traditional way. Nothing wrong with emery. This stuff is just a more modern take on the emery paper. It's just all uniform in size. Way more money though. But it does. I don't know about that. The sheets of paper cost more, but it lasts so much longer. Which is the primary reason I use it, because you're not faffing around making emery sticks all the time. You know, we all sit like, it's not like you don't sit there making emery sticks all the time. What you do is you try and persevere with an emery stick that no longer works. So there's no emery left on it, is what happens. It's not like Jules sitting making emery sticks every day. They're trying to rub it down with what is effectively a piece of paper. Wondering why it's not working. You know who you are. Then at 4:30, when you're clock watching, that's when it's time to start doing odd jobs to kill time, like making emery sticks, when you've got nothing to do with them. With a broom in your other hand. Right. Round this off. Right, see what size we've made. Ring stick behind me. Pretty much bang on a size cube, but wobbly. So what I'm going to do with that, I'm going to stretch it up a touch and then reduce it down. Boom. At some points it's on the low. This is what happens with all handmade rings. They come out slightly wobbly, which is why you need a ring sizer. One, to get the precise size, but I've said this in every video, I like to stretch them up. Well, if they don't start out slightly oversized, I stretch them up slightly, which does a little bit of a job making them. It certainly makes them round if they weren't already, but it doesn't flatten them out. What does that is reducing them down to the correct size. So that's in places almost a Q1/2. That one has compression dies, but not finished. Shout out to Durston. This one they've sort of slightly, I don't know if they've just barreled it or what, but they're slightly chamfered the edges, and it makes a noticeable difference on these little rings. You probably wouldn't notice if you were doing like a 2mm or 3mm D or flat, it wouldn't make as much difference. But when you're doing a 1mm halo, you need that chamfered edge. Basically, I've got to get that Durston one, do something with the sharp edges on that reduction die. I might be able to just stick it in like the barrel with some ceramic. That would be like, I don't think I will. I think what I'm actually having to do is polish them. I don't know what we'd. That's probably all it takes. That's probably actually what it needs. They probably actually just need polishing rather than a serious amount of abrasive. Might be able to get like a little. I mean, it's doing it evenly is the other thing. I know what I'm gonna get. I'm gonna get a cone felt, like a bullet-shaped cone. Big one. And some steel abrasive, some steel polish, Carbrax. Hyphen, Carbrax probably. Hyphen mine. Oh, so I was going to polish it. Go at it. Carbrax probably. I'll make a video about it. Just makes everything take so much longer though when you start making it. It turns into a production rather than a job. It's a job and a production. We'll see. Right. Boom. Right, here we go. That's one done. So as you can see, on the line, now that is, it's the reduction, it's reducing the size of it that makes it that flat. It's not the, you stretch it up all you like. Stretching them up does round them off, but it doesn't flatten them to the same extent. It flattens them out of touch, but not to the same extent that the reduction plate does. But the reason it doesn't notice on that Durston one when you're doing a 2 or 3 is because it sits further in. With these ones, it's actually sitting on that edge, and because it's so sharp on that one, it doesn't. First of all, it doesn't work, and if it does, it marks them, or it can do. There's a few sizes where it'll be fine, but there's more sizes that aren't fine than aren't. But where it's because it's sort of between. I can't imagine, like the Italians don't polish this. It's just the way, whatever they use to machine it, they put a chamfer on the edge. They take the this, although this appears also to be plated, so. And they put the chamfer on this outer edge as well. You know what the Italians are like, it's all about how things look rather than how they work. But what they've actually done with this is they've nailed, by making it look cool, they've nailed how it works. Which was probably completely unintentional, they just wanted it to look good. They're the masters of form over function, aren't they? Even the people. They look great. Crazy, but great. Right, shout out to the Italians. Slightly under a cue. Yeah, this size cue. There isn't a plate that's like exactly the size cue, so it's sort of, once it squeezes into that hole, it's a P&1/2. So we're sort of applying pressure, but it's on the the ring's sat on the chamfered edge of the hole. It just went in, so now it's a P&1/2. But if you try and do that on this Durston one, because it's sat on basically not a chamfer, a sharp edge, it damages them. But it's only really like I say, it's only an issue if you're doing 1mm halos. If you're doing bigger rings, you're not sat on the edge, you're sat in the hole. Touch. That's actually bang on the P, but sorry, bang on a Q. But they just look better if they finished on this. Pretty much there. Right, there we go, done. Right, the ultrasonic cleaner must be nearly warmed up by now. There we go. So it's time to polish these. 2 size cues, 9 carat yellow gold done. They now need properly hand polishing. So I'll see you in the next one. Toodles.